Hey guys, it's your girl Tara Crush back with a few reviews, and this time it is on Ready to Love, Put a Ring on It, Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Kandi and the Gang. Kandi and the Gang. Kandi and the Gang. If you haven't already, please hit my subscribe button. Thank you so much. And for those who have already subscribed, I appreciate you. For those who are just here to watch, I appreciate you as well. I'm going to try to make this quick. I'm bunching all of these videos together on one because it's not a lot to talk about. It ain't no need me making 4 different videos. Y'all know that. I know that. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start with Ready to Love. And y'all know I really do like this show. I really do. It's really beginning to look like Clifford and I are not going to be together, because I really think he's going to be with Joy. I don't know how that makes me feel, but I know I don't like it. I just can't put it into words. No, I'm just playing. They are hella cute. I definitely can appreciate Joy laying down the steak. Like, y'all can talk, whatever, but he sleeps with me. He's going to sleep with me. In fact, let me show y'all. I put my bag on his bed. Let everybody know it's me and him. And y'all know who didn't like that. Y'all know exactly who didn't like that. And that would be Takia. Oh, she didn't like that at all. She feels like that they had that plan before they ever got there. And she feels like that's disrespectful. That he should have come to her and talked to her. And I feel like, girl, boo. Girl, boo. You knew that Joy was his strongest connection. Why you would allow yourself to attach to him, I don't know. But you knew who his strongest connection was. So you should have been out there finding your strongest connection. Because it's not him. And I think this is just a time where he had to actually put it out there, who he was actually there for, who he was going to be with. And I think we all knew it. I think you're the last to know. So that's unfortunate, because you're a pretty girl and you had a lot of men looking, to be with you. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Clifford's not the one for you. You're a little too short. He's like way up here. You're like way down here. It would never work. You cute though. So, I thought that was kind of telling, and we're going to see what happens in the coming episodes, because he hasn't really put it out there that he's going to choose Joy, but Joy has definitely put it out there that she's going to choose Clifford. And as far as I'm concerned, she had to be real comfortable to put her bag on his bed. So if I had to put money on it, they already sleeping together before they even got to the retreat. I think they probably been sleeping together since shortly after they met, because Joy's pretty much been like, I'm not doing this process no more. Okay, I'll meet you for a date, but I don't know what we're here for, because... So I guess Clifford met all expectations, but they both knew that they had to get through the whole show. And so I think that's what's going on here. I think they already knew, and they was just playing the role. And, Joy wouldn't leave nobody on, but Clifford absolutely left Takia on. But she was silly for even picking up on it. I think Paul is a little indecisive, and I'm not real certain that Paul is ready to love, because he was very superficial in the beginning. He's starting to ground himself more, but I don't know if I believe him. I don't know if I believe that he's doing that to actually make it to the end, or if he's actually the person that we're seeing now. Because remember, he was P.O. because he always, post office, he always delivers. Shut up. Shut up, Paul. Just shut up. So I feel like a lot of the ladies felt in the beginning, but it looks like Takia's falling for it, because he's pretty much found an opportunity to slither up beside her, and he's taking it, and she's welcoming it, because she feels left high and dry, by Clifford, who apparently discussed with her, cuddling on the couch and really spending some quality time together. Meanwhile, he's just been up under Joy the entire time. I think we saw him and Takia on a balcony speaking momentarily, but it wasn't for very long, and it was cute, but he was definitely not leading her on anymore. As far as I'm concerned, it was a very platonic conversation, and so that should have shown her everything she needed to see. And I think her feelings are super hurt, but she wants to make it to the end with somebody, and I think Paul is going to be the one she tries to make it to the end with. That remains to be seen, though, which is crazy, because everybody else, like a lot of people left this show after they feel like their strongest connection was done. So if that's your strongest connection, don't just forge a connection with somebody else just to make it to the end. I think that's tacky. Just my opinion. And we all know Paul, like, the kid wasn't his first option. He likes Tina. He likes Tina a lot, but Tina didn't show up, did she? Tina didn't come now, did she? No, she didn't. So he has to really figure out what's going on with that connection, because clearly she don't like him as much as he likes her. So he's latching on to the kid. And I can't say I blame him. She's a beautiful girl. And then we have Donovan and Carmen, which I feel like are cute together. Carmen is pretty much... I wonder, does she know her worth? Because she's a very beautiful girl. She's clearly very successful. But she seems to throw herself at these men, like, in a sexual way. And I don't know that that's becoming of her. And I don't think she has to do all of that. But I think she's very determined to make it to the end with someone as well. And I don't think she cares who that someone is. She just wants them to say that they want to be with her. But I'm really not certain that she's done with her ex, the one that was a part of this whole program. The way he was looking at her, the way she was looking at him, they held hands walking into the restaurant. So I don't know what's up with Carmen, but, you know, opportunistic. And I think she might be a woman scorned, especially if nobody picks her. And she's clearly used to being chosen. And I don't know how that's going to work out for her. I really don't. Okay, and so then we have Donovan and Sabrina, which I think they're cute together. But and I really think that Sabrina might be the best option for him. I don't know why, but I just feel like she's the best left of anyone that he could possibly choose. So they're seeing something for Sabrina, but not a whole lot. Sabrina definitely wanted it with Demetrius, but I feel like the whole submission thing is pretty much turned her off of him, and she's no longer looking at him. But I believe that he was her top choice, you know. But she totally broke it off with Tori this week, and I feel like Tori's going home because Tori has no love connections. Like, he didn't connect with anyone else, and he was definitely trying too hard to kind of make her jealous, I think. And it didn't work because none of the ladies was feeling what he was putting down. They wasn't picking up what he was putting down. They wasn't picking up what he was putting down. They wasn't picking up what he was putting down. But I bet you Precious wish she had picked it up, because she gone now. Gone home, honey. We don't, So, you know, there's that. But like I said, I think Tori's going home. And I think it's kind of unfortunate because I feel like he probably was going to be the best pick for Sabrina. I don't know that Donovan's been divorced long enough to actually settle down with someone. I don't think that at all. So I think her reservations for Donovan are correct. He's probably not ready. Is they going to make her latch back onto Demetrius, even though she knows she's not ready to submit to anybody with her independence? I don't know, but it wouldn't be conducive to either one of them. And Demetrius doesn't have any other love connection, so I don't know what's going to happen with him if she decides that she's going to latch on to Donovan. I guess you're going to go home. And Demetrius is very cocky. I knew it was something about him I didn't like. So the whole submission thing, boy, boo, get somewhere and sit down. Like, I do feel like a wife should not try to overpower her man. Submission is funny, though. It's different for what one might consider submission, another might not consider submission. So I guess it's subjective, but I just don't like the word. Use a different word. Well, you can't use obedient either. Find a word that's better than them too, and we can talk. But yeah, I do feel like a man should lead the home, but that doesn't necessarily mean that his wife has to be submissive, in my opinion. She just can't be domineering. Okay, so Zakiya and Clifford, we talked about them already. Again, I think Zakiya's little heart's broken. Her crying on the pier, talking about she needed Paul to say the things that he said. That's what she needed to hear. But you really needed to hear from Clifford. You didn't need to hear it from Paul because you don't have the same feelings for Paul that you have for Clifford. You don't. So stop acting like you do. Paul is not even, I don't even think he's checked into the competition. He's always spaced out and off to the side with his thoughts or whatever. It wouldn't surprise me if Paul didn't have a whole woman at home. That wouldn't surprise me at all, because I just feel like he's on TV to be on TV. That's just my opinion. And then Tina, girl, what are you doing? She stayed on the whole time. Like I think she shows up on the next episode, but it's like when everybody's getting ready to go home, like, why would you even bother coming? So it makes me believe she's got a whole boyfriend at home and she just wanted to come on the show, you know, to get a little 15 minutes of fame. And you know, a lot of these shows are full of those people acting like they looking for love, but have, you know, whole relationships at home. And then, you know, a lot of times those relationships break up because of what they do on these shows that they ain't supposed to be doing. So I don't know how it's going to come out, but I do hope that Joy and Clifford make it to the end. I would like to see, I think Donovan and Sabrina make it to the end, because I feel like she doesn't deserve Tori because she didn't appreciate Tori. And I feel like Tori would have been everything that she could have possibly wanted in a man. And then I think it's going to be Dakia and Paul at the end. Those are my 3 predictions. I don't think Carmen's going to make it with anybody because there's no one for her to really connect to. Her connections were Donovan and Paul, and I have them with other people, so she can just pretty much forget it. So we'll just have to see how that comes out. So that's all I have for Ready to Love. Moving right along, let's go straight to Put a Ring on It. Now, if you are not aware, Put a Ring on It is a show about couples that basically are at a crossroads in their relationship, and they're doing this social experiment to see if it makes their relationship stronger or if it pushes them to see other people. So if it makes it stronger, then they're expected to propose. If it pushes them away, then they're going to break up. And so let's say the couples are Otis and Shar, and I really do not like Otis. I feel like he's a POS, and that is not a point of sale. I feel like he's terrible. The way he treated his girlfriend when she went on her date, telling her to take a shower, badgering her, throwing her stuff away, the flowers. It was just, he's insecure. And that's just unattractive. He's a very attractive guy, but that's just an unattractive trait to me, just being that insecure. No, sir. I need you to, you know, grab your balls and just wait for your date. But don't do all of that hissy fitting. I don't like all that hissy fitting. She didn't either. And he's sitting there acting like he gonna cook food for just him. Talking about you better go, you should have ate on your date. That's on you. You know what? Okay. You the chef, you're gonna fix me something to eat. That's what you're gonna do. And I ain't gonna ask you again. When I come back, my food better be ready. One of them fillets better be for me, bruh. That's all I know. So I'm anxious to see, you know, how it goes next week when everybody goes on their date, because he went on his and he was a little flirtatious, but they didn't show us a lot of what went on. So, and I don't know, you know, if they're choosing to, you know, see these people again. So we'll see what happens next week when everybody goes on their dates. And then you have Kenneth and Shorty, which I think Shorty is cool as I don't know what. Kenneth, to me, reminds me of a guy I used to date. Not only do they look alike, but they act a lot alike. Like this guy, Kenneth, he's very insecure. Like Shorty went on her date and he literally took her phone and took pictures of her banking information and sent them to him, text them to himself. Like, bro, that, like, you got to go. This relationship is over with. Like, first of all, I'm calling the bank and I'm changing, you know, telling them that my account information has been compromised and I need all new cards. That's the first thing I'm going to do with my bank account. And then once I get my bank card back, I'm going to do that individually with my credit cards. Because what you won't do is try to blackmail me to be with you. Like she said, I kind of feel like I have to be with you in order to not have bad things happen in my life. And anytime you feel like that, why do you want him to put a ring on it? Can somebody please make that make sense? Like, that is not the type of relationship you want to solidify forever. Like, you think he's going to help you lose your job? If y'all not together, if you decide not to be with him, honey. Don't be letting him put no ring on it. Say, I want my hand back. I don't want you to put a ring on it. In fact, I don't want to be on this show. Because, no, And then he's real, you know, apologetic for what he did. So when he goes on his date, he can't really enjoy himself. He's thinking about Shorty and how he hurt her, which is all nice and cool, but you're crazy. Maybe I'm projecting what I went through, but he has a lot. I've been through a similar thing with a guy who looked just like him. And I'm just going to say you crazy. And I don't think she's told us everything. So I think Shorty's out of her doggone mind for wanting you to propose to her. Shorty, you can do so much better. And definitely continue to see Hollywood. Continue to see Hollywood, honey, because I think it's going to be Hollywood. It ain't going to be him. It ain't going to be Kenneth. He's not the one. He's not the one. Let him go. Let him go. He will figure it out and change all your bank information so that he can't, you know, put you in financial ruin. Warn your bosses at work, you know, that this dude is crazy. So if he starts, you know, making calls or he starts making comments on social media, you know why. It's not my fault, and I do apologize for it. And hopefully you don't have to get a, you know, an EPO or anything like that against him to keep him away from you, because if you do, then that might put your job at risk, because a lot of women don't know that if you have to get a domestic violence order on somebody, your job can fire you because they don't have to put themselves at risk because you're at risk. But you have to tell the job that you have the... Anyway. So she needs to be really careful with that. And then we have Alfonso and Shea. Alfonso is a jerk. He is a whole jerk. But I don't know if they realize it, but on their little clips, you know, how they introduce themselves or whatever, they already engaged. She said she had an engagement party. Who has an engagement party that ain't engaged? Like, why are y'all on the show? Like, clearly he's not serious about y'all's relationship if he's not willing to allow you to meet his parents, because he feels like his mother likes his child's mother more. But if you're going to be his wife, then she's going to have to understand that you are wifey. And wifey supersedes child's mother. Not child, but child's mother. So all of that, I feel like Alfonso was a lot to blame for allowing his mother's affinity for his child's mother to continue, so much so that it's disrespecting Shea in their relationship. They going on family vacations without Shea, but with the child's mother, I don't know, it'd have been the end of our relationship right there. That would have been the end right there. Like, we're not doing this. Oh, you went on a whole vacation with him. Okay, that's fine. And when you got back, I would have been gone. Or your stuff would have been at the door. Because this would have been over. So a lot of times I think I don't know what we think. If we think we're going to change the way a person is or how they handle us, you can't. They're going to treat you the way they feel fit to treat you. And you teach them that. So if they're not treating you well, it's because you taught them they didn't have to. Period. And so, you know, Alfonso goes on his date, and let me tell you, he wore so much jewelry. Like, it was so unattractive. He had Cuban links on top of Cuban links on top of Cuban links, and then he had them on his arm. He had like these 2 big fat Cuban link bracelets on his arms. And the girl is out googly eyed like, ooh, I really like you. You really like his jewelry, girl. Don't be acting like you are into him, because you're not. You're into his jewelry. And he made that, you know, he made it easy to get a good reaction. He knows that he had to do all of that in order to guarantee that the chick he went on a date with would like him. If I was him and I had a lot of money, I probably wouldn't have worn my jewelry on the date. See if she likes you for you, not for your stuff. That stuff ain't gonna get you nowhere. Like, no, I don't like that he did that. And I feel like even having to wear all that jewelry shows your insecurities. A secure man wouldn't feel like he had to wear that much jewelry. Like, it was excessive. And so when your girl was like, why are you doing all of that? She was not being like, yeah, not only are you really trying to pull this chick in, but you're being thirsty. And I don't like that. So if I was her, I wouldn't like that either. So we'll have to see how it comes out next week and see if they're going to go on, dates with the same chicks or if they're going to get new ones. But everybody goes on a date next week, so that should be good to watch. Good TV. Okay, so moving right along, we're going to get on to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Look, can we talk for a minute about Martell Hope and his Unrealistic expectations of Melody Hope. Okay, so we all know that they are divorced. We all know that they are co-parenting. And we all know that Martell doesn't miss an opportunity to defame Melody, calling her a bad mother, calling her selfish, saying that she's making his life hard and whatnot. So can somebody explain to me why this man would set up a book signing for himself and his daughters on a date that Melody has them, on a weekend that she has them, and expect for Melody to stop what she's doing to bring the girls by for their book signing that he could have scheduled on his own weekend? Can somebody please explain that to me? Like, if I was Melody, I'm not coming down there either. I don't have to. Talking about our divorce papers say that if it's a special day that I can have them. It's not a special day. That is a book signing. That is not a birthday. That is not Christmas. That is not Thanksgiving. Those are special days, okay? So you can kill all that. And like I said, you should have set it up for your weekend so that you could guarantee that the girls was going to be there. And I don't believe that Martell sent it as far in advance as he claims he did, but I also don't believe she just got it the day before. I don't believe that either. I don't. I believe there's, truth on both sides and falsehoods on both sides. Either way, I err on the side of the law, and Melody, it was her weekend. So I don't know what to tell you, Martell, but all of that playing the victim like, I was hoping they would be here too. Yeah. But say this is not my weekend and I was hoping that she would let them come by, but clearly she's not going to do it. But don't act like, it's all her fault that they're not there. It's your fault for being irresponsible and booking it for a date that you didn't have them by law. And then we have Kimmy going on her honeymoon. Go, Miss Kimmy. 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 And can I say Kimmy is she is so fit for her age. Like, not to say that she's old, because I think she's up there with me. I'm a little old. Okay, I'm a little old. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little old. So, but she's fit as I don't know what. So, and I just love me some Kimmy. I love that they are about to get away and have a good time without the gang. I don't like that Kimmy talked to Tisha about what happened at the pajama party. I understand why she did it, but I just don't like that she did, because I don't feel like Tisha is that loyal to her. So I don't understand why Kimmy keeps giving her that type of loyalty. Or maybe she's doing it because she wants to rebuild a rapport with Tisha like they had before. I don't know, but I didn't like that at all. That seemed a little bit like talking behind her back. And if you're going to do that, tell the people at the party, well, I'm going to have to talk to her about this. Because that's what I would do. If I'm talking to people and they're talking about a mutual friend, and I feel like it's something that I'm going to tell that friend, I'm going to let them know, well, I'm going to have to tell her about this. It's only happened a few times, but hey, I got to do what I got to do, because I don't want you to be shocked when she finds out and she addresses you. I don't want you to be shocked, but yeah. If you don't want me to tell, don't say the shit in front of me. That's just how I feel about that. Sorry to curse, I didn't mean to do that, but yeah. And let's talk about Marceau with his no accountability. Okay, so Marceau and Maurice was at Black, and they were talking, and Maurice was basically getting on Marceau about, posting that picture and asking him, did he feel like he owed him an apology? And of course, Marceau's like, no, stop it. No, I don't owe you an apology. And he was like, you owe me an apology for getting me in the midst of mess. He said, no, you got yourself in the midst of mess by answering that question the way you did, knowing you had been there. I said, okay, Marceau, yeah, It was definitely a deflection. They was right at that pajama party. He deflected because he's always got the spotlight on him being a bad husband, and he wanted the spotlight on Maurice for a change. But I don't think it worked because, again, Kimmy doesn't consider it cheating if they weren't married. I don't know how that adds up either, but that's what she said. And if that's what she said, then that's what it is. If that's what she said, then that's what it is. And I'm not going to argue with her. I ain't going to argue with her. Let her do what she going to do. She grown. She grown. Okay? She grown. So, I thought that was kind of funny that Maurice would ask that. And then Martell came in, and he had a whole gripe about the way, Marceau and Tisha kind of handled Tiffany and her husband at the reunion. And it was funny because he was trying to get Marceau to say he was wrong, and Marceau wouldn't say it, but he did agree to meet up with the guy. And, you know, Martell made a lot of sense. It's like, you can't say he overstepped his boundaries if you haven't been clear about what those boundaries are. And I thought that was a good assessment for the situation. And of course, he still didn't say he was wrong, but he said, I'll have a conversation with him. And we go over to them, you know, Tiffany and her husband, and, you know, he's talking real reckless again, like, yeah, and I'll whop him up. Like, dude, you ain't gonna do nothing. I don't believe you. You need more people. Like, show me that you really tough, because you always doing all of this. And for some reason, I don't believe it. I don't know if it's the way you speak, how sloppy your suits be. Can't quite put my finger on it, but I don't believe you. You need to stop acting that way, because it's unbecoming. Okay, it's unbecoming. And, you know, talking about, you know, because Tiffany's like trying to calm you down when he's got a big personality. I don't give a I don't care. So do I. So do I. So do I. Boy, dude. Ain't nobody believe you. Don't nobody believe you. Shh. You're too loud. Shh. And then Letitia and her oblivion, because she's talking about her mother, talking to Marceau and asking him about, you know, the secret apartment and whatnot. And she's like, what's that about? Why does man tell her that he never asked Martell about that? Okay. So my husband finds out that me and my homegirl got a secret apartment together. And I know I don't have no secret apartment. You think I'm not about to have a conversation with my homegirl? Like, why is he asking me, do we got a secret apartment, when you know I ain't got no secret apartment? Does it even make sense that you wouldn't talk to your friend? Like, come on, Marceau. And then he gonna say, I got specialized tags on my cars. I got a unique truck. If I was there at a secret, if I was over there at a secret, like, did you catch that? He's like, over there, over where? Where's there? Where is there? Marceau, where is there? You said if I was over there. You said at a secret apartment. You know about it by now. Nah, she wouldn't. Nah, she wouldn't. That's why she looking at you like that. She always do like this when you say something that she ain't prepared to hear. Ask it real big. She heard that, and I'm pretty sure when the cameras went off, she questioned you about that if she didn't already know. Yes, they had a secret apartment. Yes, they did. Yes. Did you have a secret apartment, Marceau? He gonna be like, no. I say give him a lie detector test. I got one. Police grade. I would definitely bring it over, Letitia, and we can give him a lie detector test and see what he's telling the truth about. And I don't care about his little attitude about, you know, who you think you are and tell me about my marriage. Yeah, a widow. So shut up and listen. So I'm about sick of Letitia acting like she don't know what's going on in her marriage when she do. She absolutely does. Okay, and then we have Martell and his mama and the wine. So apparently Martell has been developing the wine over the last year. And of course, he's developing this sweet red wine because he and Melody used to enjoy a fine, sweet red wine during their marriage. And, you know, he was always telling people about the wine. And one day he went to the store and it was sold out. And, you know, I guess they shut down. And he said, I'll make my own wine. That reminds him of Melody. That boy is still madly in love with Melody. I wish he would admit it. I wish he would admit it, because if he could admit it, then he could stop acting like such a child, because it's unbecoming. He's too attractive for that. He really is. But I thought it was kind of funny, Melody acting like she didn't know about the book signing. Like, girl, boo, you knew. Quit acting like that. Now, I'm always team Melody, but come on now. You got to keep it real, and that's not keeping it real. That is not friendship. You do not do that. But not saying that you were supposed to take the kids there. I'm just saying quit acting like you didn't know that it was happening and why he wanted the girl's hair done. Let's not do that. Because we all know better. We all know better. We all know better. You should know better than to try to fool us. Okay? And then we got Tiffany and her dude acting tough. Like I said, I ain't buying it. Suit's too big. I just ain't buying it, okay? And I'm going to chop it off right there. Because before I talk about Martell's mama being drunk, being a wino, I'm going to cut it off right there, okay? Okay, so moving right along to Kandi and the Gang and the very last show that we will review tonight. Okay, so Kandi and the Gang, I like this little spin-off. I think Kandi is a dope individual. I like her family. Okay, and so Kandi and the Gang is about OLG restaurant and, you know, them trying to revamp it and get it back to its beginning glory. And in doing that, they're bringing back a lot of the old workers to the restaurant. And so that's not been going very well because they've got Philip. And Philip, let me tell you about Philip. Philip is the director of operations for all three restaurants. And Philip, though gay, is fine as hell. Like, when I tell y'all, Philip is fine as hell. I mean, Philip is fine. Like, I am definitely feeling Philip. And Philip can fill me up. He doesn't want to, though. He doesn't want to. But it's fine. It's fine. It's not me, it's him. He doesn't like my type. I'm not his type, you know. We're not even in the, you know, it's not in my pond, you know. I mean, I like for him to be in my pond, but he doesn't want to be in my pond. But anyway. So, it's not been going well. He's been bumping heads with a lot of the workers, and I will be the first to tell you it's because they don't want to work. It's because he's coming through providing structure, and they're not used to that. They're used to doing whatever they want to do, however they want to do it, treating the customers however they want to do that. And he's coming in like, no, we're not doing that. We're doing this, and this is how it's going to be. And if you don't like it, you can go home. I can replace you. I don't need you, boo. And I'm like, you don't need them, Philip. Look, I'm down the street. If you need reinforcements, Philip, call me. Call me, Philip. But his boyfriend be ready to fight me. I ain't got time for that. So Kandi suggested a team building exercise because she heard Chandrika was talking about Kandi and Todd, talking about they didn't give a F about the restaurant and whatnot. And so they confronted her, and she just did not believe that they heard that from anybody, and she basically thought that somebody was lying on her, and she accused Patrick of being the one that lied on her. Now, mind you, Patrick is somebody that she used to screw, but right now she's engaged to someone, and he's got a new girlfriend, and so he ain't really feeling her accusations at all, but, you know, she's definitely thinking that he has something to do with them saying that, when in all actuality, she did say it, and it's on camera, and she said it in the presence of Don Juan, who she may not have known could hear her, but he could hear her. So you did say it. Quit acting like, you know, somebody wronged you, Chandrika, and you know you feel that way, so why even fight it? You should be sitting there trying to figure out, okay, now who told on me? Instead of acting like, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. We all heard it. And now you heard it because you saw the show. Now you know who told on you. You told on you, girl. So they went to team building, and that was pretty cool. It was Todd's team and Kandi's team, and it came out even. So that was fun to see them all working together. Let's see. I'm glad they didn't fire Brian because they was using the team building to see if they could actually get through to him. And if, you know, Brandon felt more comfortable with Brian working there. And I love Brian. Brian's a whole riot to me. He's a cutie pie, and he's funny as I don't know what. I am concerned with his sobriety because most every show, his eyes are bloodshot red, and he's supposed to be alcohol-free. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but I think it gets addressed next episode. So I'm praying that he's okay and he's not drinking again because he went to rehab and whatnot because he had fallen off the wagon pretty bad and was in a very low spot. So anybody that bright, that brings that much joy to people, I definitely don't want to see them in a low spot like that. So I'm praying that, you know, Brian is okay. Did I mention Philip's fine? Oh, okay, yeah, Philip's fine. And then Dominic and Brandon, they're gonna fail. You don't lay where you get paid. You don't do that. You don't get laid where you get paid. You don't do that because it's not a good idea. and it never works hardly. Somebody's going to have to quit. It's not going to work because as men come in and they trying to holler it down, Brandon going to get in his feelings. As females come in and she sees Brandon, you're making googly eyes at these females, she going to get in her feelings. It's not going to work. But it looks like they get addressed next episode as well because they catch them on camera, kissing smoochy smoochy. Now, imagine she's about to go overseas to London on tour. I think with Rick Ross is what they said. But so she's going to be gone for a while. So I think he's going to tell her that they need to break up because I think they get confronted. He gets confronted about the relationship and he has to make a decision, and instead of firing her, he's just going to break up with her so that she can keep her job. So I think that's admirable, but I don't know if that's going to work either, or they're just going to have to be way more discreet than they have been because once you really fall for somebody, it's not that easy to just leave them alone. So we'll just have to see how that chalks up and see what happens with Miss Chandrika and her attitude. Like, she has her days where she's really good, and then other days I'd be like, I'd have fired her. She's supposed to be gone. Plus, they got somebody else greeting. So, yeah, hostess, you about to lose your job. Hostess with the mostest. You about to be at the employment office. Posted. Let me stop it right there because it ain't no more to report. That's it. That's all I got to say. That's it. That's all I got to say. Okay. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. No. Did y'all have fun? See, it didn't take that long. Well, it was a little long, but it didn't take that long. It's 4 shows in less than 40 minutes. Didn't I save y'all some time? At least save myself some time. So even if you didn't subscribe, I just thank you for watching. I love y'all all the same, okay? And so that's the end of my little video. That is my $5.02. Peace.